and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. Thank you for all the lovely comments you've all been leaving. It's so nice to read them all. If I haven't got back to you yet, I will do very, very soon. So today I am making bridesmaids bouquets for a wedding we have coming up this weekend. So I thought I would show you the process. So the colour scheme this weekend is mauves, muted, lilacs, pale pinks. We've got a really nice mix of flowers. Bridesmaids bouquets are generally smaller than bridal bouquets, and the shape and design that we're going for today is quite a natural look, but in a more rounded style rather than elongated. So I have already got prepped on the desk my foliage. So I have some parby, celeriac and some pittosporum ralphii. As always, my flowers have been divided up and put into their individual pots. It makes it so much easier and quicker to do this in advance. We've got a beautiful selection. We have some Phlox, Lisianthus, roses, clematis, Astilbe, ranunculus and some Veronica. So let's get started. So as always, I am right-handed, so I always hold everything in my left hand. To start these bouquets, I always make sure I have a good foundation of foliage. I'm just going to break these down a little bit more because they are slightly on the smaller side. The little bits keep put to one side, you can use them for buttonholes. So I'm going to start by just putting a nice selection of foliage into the bouquet, and that will help structure your flowers and keep them in place. So a little bit like that. You can chop them off as you go if you want to. I am going to start with a Dorechester rose. I love this rose. It's big, it's blousy, it's not overly expensive. And then I have some very pale pink. It's almost a bit of a lavendery colour, some wax flower going in. That's kind of my filler flower. I'm just going to pop that in there. And then I have the clematis. I love these. They're just very, very dancey, very, very pretty. And then I'm going to start turning the flowers in my hands. I have this beautiful spray rose. I believe it's called Dancing Queen. And I'm going to pop that in there. I only have one stem of that. It's quite a big, big spray rose. Lots of heads. So you get lots of flowers for your money. I'm going to pop in a little bit of pink Lisianthus, and then I'm going to start building up the foliage and the filler flower. Put in some nice Veronica into there, and I have these gorgeous Kloon ranunculus. These have got to be my absolute favourites. Absolutely love them. Pop in a little bit more of the foliage into there. Got some really nice purple stalks, not stalks, phlox even. So that's kind of where the purple is going to come through. So I am now, you can see the spiral is now starting to happen on the bouquet, and that is what we want. It makes the flowers fan out at the top. Have some pale pink Astilbe. So by using lots of flowers with lots of different textures, it really, really helps give the bouquet interest. You'll know from my previous videos, I love adding different flowers with different shapes and sizes and textures. It really is what adds the interest, rather than if you just had an all rose bouquet, obviously it would all be the same sort of flowers. So now I'm going to start adding in my other roses. So I've only got 2 Dorechester in this, but I do have some other roses. We have some Menta, which is a very beautiful muted lilac. So as I'm looking at the bouquet, I'm just making sure that the colours are being distributed throughout the bouquet. So you don't want it all pink on one side and all purple on the other. Also have some Memory Lane roses, and again, a really good rose to use for this sort of colour scheme. I'm going to pop those in. The Lisianthus, this is actually only one stem of Lisianthus that I've used, and I have just broken it down so we get more than we need. So we're just going to put in the last few flowers, setting them down if needs be, here, and then just pop in a little bit of foliage around the edge where it is needed. Like so. Okay, so there we go. Bridesmaid bouquet, all done. I'm going to cut the stems. I always cut my stems short. I don't like long stems. I feel it makes bouquets look like a microphone. Then I'm going to tie it with a little bit of string. So round we go, nice and tight, so the flowers stay in place. Tie it with a knot. Cut the strings, and then with some stem tape, I am going to just go over the tying point just to make sure it is nice and secure. And there we go. There is your bridesmaid's bouquet all ready. To finish off the bouquet, we're just going to pop a very neat ribbon handle on. So I have some really nice chiffony ribbon. I'm going to pop it on, wrap it round a few times. That's going to be the front of my bouquet. So I always put the pins at the front, cut the ribbon like so, and then just tuck the ends in so it's nice and neat. And then with a couple of pins, you always want to go up, putting your pins in, because then the sharp bit actually goes into the top of the bouquet. You don't have to run the risk of anyone cutting themselves. And that's it. I really hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial on how to make a bridesmaid bouquet. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please leave comments. I do love to read what you have to say. It's always good to get some feedback. Subscribe to the channel and you will be notified when new videos are released. And I will see you again really soon.